Hello everyone, welcome to Cornflower Crafts. My nickname is Corn. And I'm up in the craft room, got my dishes done and had a little time, put some things up. And I said, get up there and do a teeny tiny bit of counted cross stitch because I wanted to do this, especially for the small journal I'm working on. Remember, I'm working on 2 at a time. One's for the giveaway and one is for somebody. And I know that she would appreciate any handwork whatsoever. So a lot of times when I'm up here, I put on YouTube, and they notified me that Just Donna Maria, that's her channel name, Donna did put out a video. I think it's today. I just saw it a little bit ago. And she was contacted about, would you do a review if we send you, it's counted cross stitch and embroidery. She said she used to do counted cross stitch a lot in the past. So did I, big time in the 80s. And one thing, excuse me, one thing I used to do tons of were hearts. And I did it to the point where I didn't need a pattern anymore. If it was a small heart or a tiny heart is what I was saying. But you can mess with this pattern even in your head to add more stitches going both left and right and up and down. But I thought, you know what? Remember, my eyesight's terrible, and I definitely have to get this fabric, because it's on fabric, close to my eyes because of my eyesight. And Donna's dealing with eyesight issues as well. But I'm hoping to be able to get it close enough. Let me see. Where you all, whoops, I got to go like this, don't I? Where you all can still see what I'm doing. Like so. Okay. This is what we're talking about. I'm going to put this on this so maybe it'll show up better. That's the heart. It is only 5 lines, as you see. And it's just sweet. That's the only word for it, in my opinion. So that's what I'll be working on. And so, depending on where you live, I don't know the proper pronunciation, but in the South, we called this Aida cloth. But I think it's Aida cloth, but we said Aida. I don't know if that's proper or not. I have it now. It's been so many years. I keep this cloth around in case I want to do things like this, or just a small little flower or something of that nature. And I also have this in gray, and it's a smaller weave. But it is not, it's been so long. It starts with an H, I think. When it's just the weave itself. You can't see it on the camera, but this is a weave, but you can see the squares, if that makes any sense, the holes in it. Hardanger, there it is. It comes to me eventually. But with Hardanger cloth, there's no little, you can't even see the holes. You just, if that makes any sense, when you look at it, the weave itself looks like squares. And that's how you can do this. Okay. And this is the only thing I found. I did not find my pure white. And it's not where it's supposed to be. I looked and looked where it is supposed to be. And it's not there. So evidently, remember when I was rearranging the craft room, evidently I put it someplace else. I wanted the pure white, but the cream is pretty anyway. So I've gone ahead and already threaded my needle. And this floss, I'm pretty sure this is the one that my mom gave me when her eyesight started getting really bad. She gave me all of her embroidery floss. And let me tell you something, y'all. Some of that stuff she got for 8 cents. That's how old that was. And it still works perfectly. So you know you can get this at Hobby Lobby for sure, but I think other, maybe even, I don't know, maybe even Walmart has it. I don't know. A lot of places have the floss. Okay, so you don't have to already cut out your piece of cloth, but I did because, like I said, this is so small. I went ahead and did that, and I've already counted where I need to start. And it's a matter of finding your center of your cloth if it's already cut, and then the center of your pattern. And like I said, this is in my head. So it's, like I said, it's 5 lines or 5 squares down. And then the widest part of it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 across. Okay. So this is where I calculated it. Now, oh, where am I? Okay. Now, there's no knotting. There's no knotting in counted cross stitch. So you're going to, some people don't do it as much as I do what I do. I want to make sure this baby is down. So when you see that square, you're going to go, I go to the back again. Oopsie, and I missed it. Okay. Like I said, I don't have good eyesight. Oh, this might end up being hilarious, y'all. Okay, then you come, and some people do their whole line first, and then they go back. But when I'm just starting mine, you know what I mean? They would do a stitch here, and then it's 2 stitches, skip 1, and 2 stitches. They would go ahead and, let me see if y'all can see it, and do here, skip this one, here and here. Then they would come back and cross it. When I am here starting, I don't do that because, in fact, I want this down so badly that I go ahead and do it that way. Then I'm going to come back up through this hole, go here, whoopsie. Did I mention that I'm going to put Jess Donna Maria's information in the description box? If I didn't, not only am I going to put her channel, but I'm also going to put that video. She does have, if you all are interested in some of the kits, she has 2 bunnies and a bale that she got. There is a 10% code, so I will put the video itself in there. So see, we've got these 2 done. Then we're going to skip 1. And then we're going to do 2 more for that to be the top of our heart. Okay. So we're going to do here. And see, now I'll do that over here. I'm still with my thread, you know, trying to, and in the back, trying to get that, oops, which I didn't do a good job right there. Let me see, let me get that top part. Oopsie. This is so tiny, y'all. A lot of people did answer my question on, whenever you see anything tiny or small, even if it's a house, and it's done beautifully, that you still say, this is cute. And quite a few of y'all said, yes, I do. I don't. But I understand why. I think because when we see tiny dogs, we say, what a cute dog. And when we see tiny babies, we say, what a cute baby. Well, I don't always do that either. Sometimes I say, what a beautiful baby. They're teeny tiny. So then I go ahead and cross these. But you'll see on my second row that, boy, y'all, this is interesting, me trying to do this far from my face. We're doing all right. Okay. On the second row, you all will see that I just, oops, that'll happen too. And you don't want to pull it too tight, and you don't want to leave it too loose. Does that make any sense? All right, then we're going to go over one, okay? Over one of our squares. If I can get over there. There it is, okay? And we're going to go over one on each side of these, okay, of our crosses. Well, that's handsome if you hear him in the background. Came upstairs for something, but I have the craft door is shut and I have a message that says filming. So we're going to see, we're just going to go diagonally across those squares. And we're going to keep doing that. And then we'll cross them on the way back. Okay? Isn't it fun to see something materialize where there was nothing? That is so much fun. Did I mention, you know, embroidery floss has 6 strands, and depending on the size of your cloth and depending on really your own taste, with this one I'm working with only 2 strands, okay? And what I do is after I separate the strands, now we're going to go back, y'all. See, we went one on this side and one on that side. Now we're going back and we're giving everybody that we're going to cross it and make our X's. So, when I separate the strands, boy, this is hard for me, this far away from me, but y'all have to see. At the end of my last craft with me, I was out of frame, and that just, because I had to see it. And that's not too cool, is it? I mean, I was watching it, and I was like, uh-oh. Ooh, hopping. I got it way too close to me. Anyway, when I separate my strands, what I've interrupted myself 3 times, I then untwist them because in my head, they lie flatter, which is what I want. You don't have to do that, but that's what I do. And every once in a while, like at the end of this, since we went over a ways, at the end of this, I will dangle my needle in case, because you know sometimes they spin around, you know what I mean? Okay, so we've got our second one done like that, and see, it'll, because we're just doing the same in, out, in, out, in, out. All right, on this one, now we're going to go in. Now, you don't have to, okay? Like I said, to do your own thing, you can do another row just like this before you go in again. Do you know what I mean? Which would make it, you see what I'm saying? You can do another row just like that and then do the 1 and the 3. This one, then this one and this one. I've done that as well, but I want to make this sweet and small, or extra small, I guess, maybe. No, there's smaller than this, by the way. And there's many much larger than this. So like I said, you want it to be snug, but not too snug. And I used to do this, like I said, back in the 80s, and I did sell a lot of mine. I also did it for Christmas gifts. And you can make precious ornaments with counted cross stitch. Oh, you can make such cute things. A lot of my projects were smaller. I did pillows. Actually, I did make some pillows. But for the most part, like bookmarks and things. And I just love... Oh, I'm actually doing two, guys. I kept yapping so much. I'm actually doing the second one. Okay, you'll see. It comes out a little bit different from the other one that we were looking at. See, this always happens when you're on camera and talking a lot. I'll be dogged. I did it anyway. This won't be exactly like the first one I just showed you. Yeah, normally, if you've got great eyesight, you won't have these issues that I'm having. You'll just do it like it's like it's nothing. Well, you can't do it like it's nothing because counting cross stitch is just that. It's about counting, because like if you're doing something, a pattern that has shading, then it's like, oh, okay, I need to count over 3 stitches with the lighter blue, you know what I mean? And then come back 4 stitches with the darker, that kind of stuff. So it is a lot of counting, but I'd either have the radio on in the background or I'd sometimes TV. I just wouldn't watch TV. I'd listen to it. Do you all ever do that? Listen to television? Don't watch it? Now, a lot of paper crafters who do like clusters and stuff like that in front of the TV say, I do that all the time. But see, if it's a mystery, I've got to watch it because I've got to guess who done it. Yeah. See, you need to get where you're supposed to be or the stitch looks a little weird. What am I doing? Guys, I'm getting this close to me for a second. I don't know. There. I was going to say, I don't... Now, Donna is thinking about getting the lighted magnifying glass and doing hers. And she's going to do embroidery for the first time. How cool is that? That is so cool. Now we go over 1. We're staying with this one, okay? Going over 1. I'm glad I'm not the only one that messes up when it's a video. I've heard so many other crafters say, oh, great. I've done 10 of these, and then I turn the camera on and I mess up. I can relate 100%. Oops. I don't know if that's, yeah, it is. I was going to say, I don't know if that's where it's supposed to be. Sometimes you get used to the feel of it. Does that make sense? See, we're almost a heart. We're getting there. And yes, is it bugging my arthritis in my hand? Yes, because I've been holding, like I said, this is my second one. And I've been holding the fabric, the cloth, like this for some time now. I'm not complaining. I thank God for my hands. I'm just telling you. We've had snow showers today. Am I talking about the weather? Yes. Oops, there goes somebody's car alarm. And due to bad vision, Can you see? I skipped. You don't skip your X's. Okay, I just skipped one. Okay, we good? See? You want a nice, solid heart. Unless sometimes you do just the half X. We're going in again, y'all. We're going in again, and we're only doing 3 stitches now. Okay? 1. Yeah, I've told, if you're new here, I did embroidery work since I was a teenager. And that was because of my maternal grandmother. She taught me back then. Well, basically, she got me a kit. And it was huge. And she said, here it is. You know, it had the stitches. And it said, you know, do this, do this, do that, you know. And she said, if you have any questions about the stitches, come to me. She was a knitter, and I mean, you know what I mean, where her sweaters and stuff, people would stop you wherever you were. Oh my God, where did you get that sweater? I was like, well, you can't buy it. My grandmother made it. You know, she was one of those. And then we're going to do, on our last one, see, we did 3. We're going to do right in the middle of that 3, okay? That's going to be the point on our heart. Let me make sure I'm doing it right, guys. Okay. Then we're going to go in this one. Like I said, I didn't even know if I could do this on camera because of my sight. Okay. See? And there's our heart. And then on the back, because remember, we're not putting knots anywhere, that doesn't mean other people do it, but me, I come up here where that we did that the longest row, and I go under these stitches and pull it through. Again, not too tight, not too loose, and then cut it. And we have a heart. And if you all did that along with me, bless your sweet souls. That's pretty cool. And I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. And I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. Bye-bye, everybody. Take good care.